Hey there. Thought I'd do a video on my, I'm not sure what year it is. I bought it in 2005 new, but it might actually be a 2004. I'm not sure. That's why I had to replace the battery last year, and it said '04, so it's either an '04 or '05 Tiger Cub. It's got a 19 horse Kawasaki on it, and it's a 48-inch cut. It's been a really good mower. Say I bought it brand new from a dealer in Bedford, Indiana. It's no longer in business. It has 753 hours and 4/10 on it, and I have no complaints with this mower. I just had to replace that battery, like I said. The battery said '04, so what if it's yeah, the battery was 13 years old. Just replaced it last year. I do keep a tender on it, even in the summer. I think that really helps them. And only thing I've had to replace on this, and there's its rollover. See that behind those tires? That great big rollover bar fits right in here. I used it one time. It's really hard. Here's the other side of it. It just bolts through it. So if I've ever decided to sell this, there's the bolts, everything. I'll just have to, I can just flip it right back on there. I tried it one time, and it wasn't good. Couldn't get around any trees or anything. I don't have any real steep banks where that would, and where it would roll over on me. Plus, you'd think this would have a seat belt to keep you in it, because I don't know. Anyway, it rattled, and I didn't like it. Took that off of it, and the only thing I've changed is these front tires. They're foam-filled tires now. They weren't cheap. I mean, I think they were. I don't remember. They weren't cheap. You get a new wheel, tire, the whole deal. I ran over a steel post, flattened that one. I just wanted them to match. I thought I won't ever have to mess with it again, so I replaced both of those. And the only other thing I'm thinking, this belt right here that actually runs the blades, that's original. I'm almost sure it is. The two I have replaced is the belt that runs from the PTO to the to the actual motor part. Yeah, it runs from the PTO to the pulley that runs this. Replaced that one, and I've replaced the belt last year. There, you can see it right there. Right there, that one right there. That is a belt that runs from the main crank that runs this motor, or this pump and this pump, that goes down and runs the motors for these back tires. Had to replace that one, and that I was kind of complaining to the dealer. There's a dealer here in Mitchell now, or I live in Orleans, but the next town over in Mitchell is a Scag dealer now, and I was kind of complaining. I was like, $75, that's what that belt cost. I was like, yeah, I guess it is. 13 years old or something. I guess it doesn't really owe me anything. But yeah, I wouldn't buy a cheap mower. You get what you pay for. I'm not working on this thing or anything like that. I did buy it brand new, and I grease it. You can tell it's got. I try to do it every time after I use it. I grease it when everything's warm. It seems like it takes grease better, but if I don't, I'll definitely grease it right after or before I use it. I mean, change the oil on it every year, and not every year. I think the book recommends every 500 hours that hydraulic filter, but I've changed it. I think I've changed it 3 or 4 times, and it's only got 700 hours. I'm changing it more than what they say. Here's the hydraulic reservoir right there. It's got a mark inside of it, and you fill up the oil. I think it takes 20 W50 is what they say to use for hydraulic oil. You fill it up to a point, but it seems like it's too full every time where they say, because oil gets hot, expands, comes out this spitter cap. And yeah, I made this. It's an old mud flap. Try to use for a striper. I need to put another. It doesn't do too bad. I don't have good grass. It's got a lot of weeds in it and everything, so can't stripe weeds. It doesn't look very good. You need a nice lush grass, what they tell me. So, yeah, I had the option. I think I had the option when I bought this, either to have a Kawasaki engine on it or a, I can't remember if it was a Kohler. It might have been a Kohler. Might have been a Briggs and scrap iron. I'm not sure. But I decided to get this Kawasaki. My dad had bought a John Deere back in probably the late 80s or early 90s. It was a 185 John Deere. Had a 18.5 horse Kawasaki. I think, was it 46-inch cut, I think. It is a hydrostat. Awesome mower. We never had any problems out of that mower either. So that's why I decided to use this Kawasaki, because that's what I kind of grew up with, and I know it was never a problem. And this one hasn't either. I don't know how many hours is a lot for a mower. This one's got 700 some odd hours. Can't remember now. 753. That seems like a lot for a mower, but maybe it's not. But anyway, that's it. Got this wired up so it'll throw grass a little farther. But this is kind of just the little overview of this mower. I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. It's got dual tanks. I think it holds 4 gallons each side. Got my buddies here. Got my audience. Looks like they're getting them some grit. But, yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it, I suppose, till I start having a problem with it. But that day hasn't came yet, so I'm going to stick with it. This mower cost $5,500 back in 2005. I have no idea what they cost now. The only thing I wish, the grasshoppers, they have their deck. I have a lot of crabgrass. Grasshopper brand has their deck out there in front of the wheels, where you can just flip it up, and that would be really nice, because this that chain right there, see that chain? I drive under that and loop straps around those arms and lift it up, crank it up, then get under it, because of the lawnmower ramp. They make a special jack for these Euro turns, but I don't have one. I just don't see the point. That way it's out of your way and you can clean the deck off really good. But yeah, I guess that's enough of me rambling about this mower. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.